Well, good morning everybody. I am at White Acres today and the sun is shining and it's the last day of the Frenzee Festival, and finally I've drawn a good peg. I've drawn peg 36 on Python, which is an end peg in the corner. So I should catch some fish. I'm going to lose a few fish. There's a lot of reeds and stuff all the way up there. There's loads of reeds and everything, which I'm hoping to catch on casters up there if I have to go there. I'm going to fish a meat short swim, ground bait and maggots down the edge, and probably I might start off on pellets and then swap to ground bait and dead maggots against the island, and that's it. Hopefully a simple match, but you know me, we complicate things, don't we? But as you can see though, it's absolutely flat calm. And all the wind, you can see all that ripple there from the next angle all the way up, the wind's blowing that way. So that's the problem I've got today though. I'm in a good, nice, decent peg, a decent corner peg, but the wind is definitely going the other way. I've got Richie Hall is about there, last peg in my section, who I'm tipping to win the section unless I can throw up a few surprises. But I've also got a very good angler opposite me as well, one of the regulars here, Mr. Rhodes, who's done very well all week. So yeah, better than me anyway. So I've had a really iffy week, to be fair. So and I don't feel I've been on a peg other than Pollowing, where I perhaps could have won the section. I've probably struggled to come higher than third in section off every peg I've drawn. So but that's the way it is. That's the type of fishing we're up against. It's fishing very moody, this place. There's been 120 pound off this lake. That was peg 21 up the other end, with the wind and having the fortune of an empty peg. But other than that, I think, you know, you're looking at 50 pound as a very good weight on the lake today. So yeah, so 50 to 70 pound maybe to win the lake. It might be even worse after 5 days. This is the fifth and final day. It could be really hard, and because it's so hot and still, although there's a ripple up the other end, I think it's going to be a bit of a grueler as well. So but we'll see. We'll give it a go. Nice reedy margin there, an island there which is about 14.5 metres. We've all got plenty of room. There's a dozen anglers on this lake. So loads of top kits, different elastics and things. And then bait wise, just covering up because of the sun, bit of ground bait, dead maggots, worms, meat, casters, and that's it. That's all we've got. Right now I think we'll be off. We haven't had a proper haul in all week, have we? Rolling a little bit of ground bait and dead maggots straight down the side. Never know. There's a bit of a reed bed down there, so I'm going to put a little bit of meat. Pinch of micros. Can't see anywhere else just yet. And a very, very sneaky quick look short down that side. I caught well on dead maggots and ground bait yesterday. I'm quite confident. Got 3 on because I don't know what the silverfish issue is like now. They've put more fish in here since my last match on here. There's every chance of a fish down there. Very quick look, probably catch a perch or something. Might be a little resident or something down there. Plus it gives me an opportunity to look and see where everyone else is catching up that way. It's quite pronounced, this reed bed to my right, which is why I just fancied having a quick look. There's definitely a wobble there. It's a little bit silverfishy, but you never know. Fishing 3 maggots on a 16 to 0.14 down there. I was fishing 0.10 on here last time, but it's a little bit warmer now. Fish are a little bit more active. If anything though, the lake's clearer than what it was. Oh, there we are. That might be foul up the way that's pulling. You never know. Seems to connect with it a little bit higher up than what I told you. Just look fishy down there. Really dense bit of reeds. Not doing anything. A big bream in here. Could be a bream. I'm thinking it's a carp. Just not doing anything. There's all sorts of beasties in here now. I think it's foul up. Being so sunny and so clear, I think a lot of the fish are going to be in the cover. So those reeds to my right look really prime. It's no bream, is it? Yeah, he's in the tail. Coming in like an eel now. I think it's so clear and sunny, they don't want to come up anyway. In the tail, it's even worse. Ah, he's up the I hooked him a foot off the deck. Might be the only one I see. Just 3 foot scoop right up the poop chute. There's a way to get that one in. Repeat the process. Just a little nugget. I'm not sure that line again. Nice and frugal on that short line. It's a throwaway swim this, I think. Got a mixture of 6mm, 7mm and an odd 8mm in there. Basically I haven't done any fresh meat up for today. It's all my leftovers from the last couple of days. And I just think, because it's so deep, a little mixture of sizes won't go amiss anyway, because of that depth. Basically I've deliberately fed in a little ball, try and keep the fish down, because it's so clear they're going to want to come up a little bit and mess around a little bit, so try and keep the noses down. Yeah. Sublime to the ridiculous there. Two species, anyway. There was one or two blondies down there, these little new blonde F1s. So I've got a rig set up for that as well, if one or two of them appear. Just a little mugging rig. I mugged 7 on Trelawney yesterday. I thought I did really well, and that was probably the highlight of the day. I had £48, nice weight, but there was the two there was 2 end pegs, and they've had 103 and 121 pound. No chance in the world that I was ever going to get that. No way. That's what you're up against. And then on Belingi I had a lovely day, 138 pound. There was 2 weights, £190 in my section. There's no way in the world I was going to catch £190 off my section, off my peg. No way. So that's 2 weights I definitely couldn't have had. But that's what you're up against. A nice little bit of sanctuary from there. Last time I was here, there was dobbing bread down the sides at the start and caught a few. The only other thing I could have perhaps fished there is corn or meat. But I just fancy. I went through the card of baits yesterday, and it was definitely this that worked. There's another one. So we had a little carp, a little perch, and we fouled up and lost one. So what's promising is there is some fish down there. I have got a meteor rig as well, but basically I'm on 0.14 to a 16 and 12 to 14 slick, which I think should be strong enough for down there. I've got stronger elastic top kits set up ready that I can quickly put this rig on if I have to. A few more cubes of meat on that short one. There's got to be another carp down there. It's a bit perchy. Oh no, that's it. What's that? That's a baby tench. Baby tench. Little bar of soap. This clear water is just a recipe for foul looking fish. Another baby tench. Quick look on that meat short. I just potted in 4 or 5 cubes just before I spot rigs, so they should be nicely on the bottom now. Quick look on this, and then we're either going to go down the edge or up to the island. A bubble just came up on my end when I've just potted in, so that's a good sign. I've got 2 rigs for this line. I've got a 0.4 skimmery, I would say, and then I've got this one, and then I've got a lighter one. That's a good carassio. Carassio. 7mm bit of meat. We've had a bite every chuck so far, so that's promising. Yeah, this rig's got 14 hook on it. I've got a really light 0.2 gram rig with a smaller hook. Because it's so clear, I've got a really light strung out rig. Some days I don't prefer that. And I've deliberately gone this way so it's out the way of my left hand long margin I'm going to be catapulting. Basically I just thought I'd spend the first half hour short and down the side, and then we'll go off over to the island once we know what's what. Oh, we lost that. That's what I mean, you're going to foul up a lot of fish today, I think. Plus, they've had a bit of hammer, so they're a little bit fickle. But with it being so hot and clear, these fish notoriously will swim off the bottom a bit. Last look down the side, and then we'll have to venture out. There's definitely going to be one or two fish to be caught down there. But I think we'll have to leave it alone for a sec. Let's see if we can get one more bite. 7, 6, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh. I knew there was one. I knew it. I don't know what that is. Dragging around like a tench. What we got? What we got? What we got? It's a baby carp. Casters. I'll start off with my nieces just to see if they'll have it. Don't want to lose the first one in the snag. I'm going to lose a few fish I think today in those reeds. I've just got 3 dead maggots on. I'll try bits of worm. Single, double caster, banded caster, everything. Wobble straight away. We'll carry on potting. That's it. Baby carassio. Pulled out a bit of elastic as well, didn't it? What I'm going to do, throw some meat there now. Caught on a snag then. Went under, but definitely caught in a snag. I'm glad I started off on this stuff. I've got green 16 to 18 if I need it as well. A very big fish set. Where to go? Baby carp. I'll definitely catch shallow there later. Definitely. Brought basically about a quarter of a pint of dead maggots, and then the rest of my 4-pint allowance is casters. I actually had to go back to the lodge because I had prepared a load of live maggots, but as soon as I saw this pen, I popped them back in my fridge, in the bay fridge, and got the casters out instead. I brought a bucket of casters and didn't buy, well, I was starting to think I was never going to use them. I'd like to fish a much shorter line down there, but one, it's clear, and two, you've got a 10-inch lash limit here anyway. You can't fish shorter than 10 inches. But on a lake like this where it's so clear, I've deliberately kept a longish line anyway. Oh, can't hit it bite. Might be a load of rubbish being pulled up. Load of sticks or something. Another go at my mate. Bit of rubbish on the bottom. I'm just going to pop a few casters and just a dusting of damp ground bit on top, just to see if we can get a little bit of fish moving for attraction. Started off a bit of rubbish on the bottom now, so it's just got in my ear. Creepy crawly. This. Maybe there's some carp down there at some point. I can't see a lot being caught. I've just had a lovely snag. Luckily it didn't break me. Not sure how it didn't, so I've just come about 8 inches off the deck now. I've started the loose feed a little bit as well. I'm just going to try and catch above all this rubbish. Just see. And then we'll swap to a proper shallow rig soon, I think. I've got a banded caster rig. I've got a rig for fishing sort of banded maggot, pellet, anything like that. And a great bite. It was just lifted and it was just stuck fast on the bottom. So there's obviously a lot of stems and things down there poking up, which are going to cause you problems. If I can fish above them, it'd be better, wouldn't it? Keep rattling some bait, tying it up with a pot. Oh, fish just rolled. Just come to say hello. Not a lot being caught anywhere though. So as I feared, it's fishing a bit rubbish. After 5 days and no wind up this end, I bet they're catching up the other end. See, I'm off the bottom there, pulling something up. Big stick. A big sunken. It won't come. Oh, this is the problem I'm going to get. That was a foot off the deck, that. Not ideal. Have to go on that island soon, I think. I just want to cast a shallow. I've got a small carp. Just tricked and lost one as well. So I just started a little fully scaled carp. A nice sign anyway. I feel like there's loads of fish there yet, but it's a good sign that I've had that one. Just on banded caster. Yeah, there's a mate there. He's had a big carp opposite. He hasn't had a lot, but I said that carp was probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 pound it looked. So it's level with me now, I'd have said. See, I'll catch one more and then we'll come off this and we'll just prime it for a bit. Doesn't feel like there's loads of fish there. Like I said, it's going to be a slow old day though. Trying to attack it, got nothing to lose today. Can't win the festival. I'm trying to push my... Oh, that was bad. I'm trying to push my peg. Try and win the lake. We've got jennies in our section as well though, which there's every chance of 70-80 pound off that lake as well, or more. Baby carp. Seems to be a little pocket of baby carp on that short line. I'm making sure not to feed too regularly because I want to keep them on the deck. Feed them a bit less often, but heavy-ish. A bit awkward for a catapult up there. Keep a bit of casters going in. Just had 2 little baby carp on this line. A bit of a nursery in front of me, I think. There's 2 and 2 drops, but probably haven't even given me 8 ounces. I've just dropped to my lighter rig as well. So I was just fresh airing bites on the other one, early door, so swapped down to me really light airy fairy rig. I think that's going to be the thing to do today, just nick an odd fish. Keep moving. I want a bite of it in a minute if there's anything there. Fish just rolled in the cast peg opposite. Ooh, how did I miss that one? Oh, they are. I get bites now, so it's definitely one more missed bite and we'll come back and shallow up. Tricky, tricky, tricky. It's tricky. Tricky, tricky, tricky. Big F1 and a blondie keep coming up there. More interesting catching the F1, he looks 2 or 3 pounds. Really? Better. Fish the way they're coming. That one you just saw me catch, and then one a little bit smaller, well, half the size. I'm just dropping the amount of casters now, but I'm just going to keep feeding just 6 to 10. Just see if that works. clearly not loads of fish there. We want them up, so let's cut down the amount, keep up the frequency. Let's see if we can catch one. Keep laying that rig in. I've just got 2 number 12s down the line. I've just dropped it a foot deeper. I like to think that'll go under. There you go. Straight away. A bit leather. And a nursery peg. So a quick 1 minute look here, and then have a quick look down the middle on meat, then off to the island, I think. Oh, fish. Not doing a lot. Come back for a bit more. Well, you're only allowed meat on a festival. Like I say, you have 1 unit, or you get a special tub just for your meat, which equates to 2 tins, which is ample at the moment. Probably won't feed a tin. Some people still try and cram loads in, but I very rarely feed more than 2 tins anyway. Must be a lot of fish there to feed 2 tins. I think with the water being so clear, every time you catch one, it spooks them. Seems to be the case. I'll feed a bit lighter next time. Just see if smaller amounts will bring a bite quicker. He's catching now down the middle opposite me. Just have a little run of 3 or 4 fish. Yeah. Oh, everyone likes to see that. I think that won't go up. Just gone to the island and I had 2 and 2 drops. First one took a little while. Basically fishing tight across 2 foot of water and 2 little mirrors, so that's a great sign. Just a little bit of sloppy ground bait and a bit of dead maggot and micros in there. attacking my short line a little bit more with meat now, because there's clearly a lot of little fish there. So obviously want to draw some better ones in as well. So there's plenty of mouths, so we can up the feed a little bit. Just 2 bites out of the blue they were, so no initial signs or anything. Just a nice wallop under. He's catching quite well opposite me down the middle. That's a better fish he's got there. I've got a bit beefier elastic than I would if I was in the middle of the lake, just because of the reeds and everything around me. It was all nice and sheltered behind that island. Now it's sort of, the wind's hitting the island. But like everything today, you catch a couple and then nothing. The only place I've had a little run of fish is down the middle, but they've been really small on the main. 3 and 3 drops against the island, then not another bite. So quick look down here, and we'll go on the meat, and then we'll go back on the island. There's a bigger fish on that island, so we'll just see what we can do. We've got an hour and 50 minutes to go. I need something to happen really. I need a nice run of fish. Back on the meat line. Fancy catching a few fish there, it just depends how big they are. He's getting a lot of bites against the island opposite me. I've literally just had 3 or 4 bites and 3 fish. I've attacked this short line a little bit more now, just to see if we can't force something to happen. And he just fouled up one then against the island. He's fouled up a few there, so there's definitely a few fish that side. What I haven't had is any big bonuses. I've got my main one on then, but it's a small one. Well, can't get a bite anywhere. Last 30-40 minutes, not had a bite. Literally not a bite anywhere. I've just gone a bit gung-ho now. Started big potting it down the middle there. I put a big pot of ground bait down the edge. And I've what else have I done? And I've got a big pot of ground bait across as well. Carassio. It's been mostly carassio now. Down the middle. Last few fish with carassio. And they're getting stabbed on the way down. Yeah. Ooh, that's on it. That little rest. There's a little lens pole. working on a nursery today, haven't we? I just took my mini extension off and put my 16-metre section on, and it's just ripped out with a slightly better one. So right off the back of the feed now. Got a shower with my rig, definitely. The line just tightened up. Kind of glad that's out my peg. Show up a bit whilst we're at it. That was in the way half the day. Down that side. And there we go for those. 45 minutes to go. Never looked down the middle. A bubble just came up right next to my float, so there's some fish there. Just waiting for some big old ones will move in. That's what I need, a little run of big ones. And I can catch down that edge on cast to shallow, but it's just in the main they're very small fish. I think all the bigger ones have probably blown down the other end of the lake today. By the way, I've not fished down the edge short to my left anyway, because I can't get a rig in anywhere there. It's completely full of rubbish. Stalks and stems and all sorts, just too overgrown basically. Needs a little bit of work really, this corner. A little bit wild, shall we say. Oh, I really fancy catching down there late as well. There we are. Yeah, there was one there. Oh, blondie. I'll call it a blondie. I just had a blonde F1 on dead maggot down the edge. Not sure if I got that on camera or not. I just crashed my shallow rig, but it's kind of forced me to end short and down the edge anyway. Long way to go for those little ones. Doesn't feel like I'm going to catch any bigger ones amongst them. There we are. There we are. 25 minutes ago. Let's see if we can catch a couple more. 18 to 012 would have been better. And 16 to 014 down there, but never mind. There Get out of there. Oh, he stood up. He went straight for the reeds. As soon as I hooked him, walloped in. Well, I've just lost a big fish that I've hooked. And as soon as I've hooked it, it's basically dived into the margin and broke me. I fed, gone back in, and I've had a little stocky, tiny one, like 3 ounce. I was in two minds whether to just leave it now after losing that fish or just carry on and just hope. It coloured it right up as well when I lost it, which might actually help. A bit of colour down there. Like I say, I went straight back in and caught that little stocky, so there's still an odd fish there. I think peg one's going to win this section by the looks of it. A disappointing day really. I've caught some fish, but it's just been hard work, exactly how I predicted really. Come on, nice big carp down the middle. Fish there all day, not been bigger. Up a little nursery today. Whoop! Nursery peg. Those are little ones. What you got? Really? You've got more than me, I think. I don't know, 35, 40 pound, that's all. Bit of roadkill. Needs a good trim, this place. I'd love to be able to fish down there. It's just stick-ups everywhere, all on the bottom. Well, there you are. I hope you enjoyed that. Busy old day, catching mostly small fish. I ended up with £38 for second in section, and Nigel Rhodes opposite me, as I expected, off peg 2. He's beat me. He's had £40 exactly. Now he was admitting to £25, and he's still gobsmacked that his fish weighed that much. But he did have some nicer fish down the middle, and a few more bites against the island. He's fished corn down the middle, by the way. So, but yeah, fair play to Nigel. It was a nice little battle between the two of us. I definitely had more fish, but a lot of smaller ones. But Nigel's fished really well. He's fished really well all week. He ended up 4th overall in the festival, so fair play to him for that. But yeah, as for me, interesting old day. Lots of little fish, as I said. Perhaps I should have just stuck to the reeds down the side at like 14 to 16 meters, and down the middle on meat, and maybe not spent so long down the side to my right. Maybe shouldn't have chased those blondies a bit too much, although I caught 7 the day before. I felt I was really good at it, and then it showed me up on the day you've just watched, because I couldn't catch one. It was only this one that kept popping up, but he looked catchable, but he was having none of it. So for those who don't know, blonde F1s are like a new sort of subspecies. They're a different type of F1, and they're really quirky fish. They seem to stay around the surface, hook the margins, and they just potter around in front of you, like literally inches deep. Even in the winter you can see them sometimes, and really fascinating fish. I really enjoy catching them. So I got a bit sidetracked, but to be honest, my festival was already over, so I've sort of gone for it. I've definitely fished with a different mindset. I've basically gone for a win, not for points in a way. So I have attacked it a little bit and been a bit more positive, a little bit more single-minded, and I've kind of given up a little bit as well. It's not like me, but
I kind of had one eye on the match, one eye on trying to win the match, and one eye on my journey home, because literally straight after the match I had a 4-hour drive home, and then a 2-hour drive the next day to Fishermania at Western Pools, which incidentally I did well. I had a lake win. I was about 8th or 9th overall in the match for £86, but that's a different match. Unfortunately, I didn't film that one. But yeah, it was interesting. I can't show you the weigh sheets because White Acres, they put all the results on their Facebook group, but for some bizarre reason, after a week or two, they've gone. I don't know why they don't leave them up as a nice archive. You know, there's no need to delete anything off Facebook. It can be there forever. So I'm not sure why, unless they've got like a time limit on them or something. I don't know, but why on earth they don't just leave them up from one year to the next so everyone can scan through and see results from last year and the year before or whatever. It would make a lovely little archive, but for whatever reason I don't understand they haven't done that. So but hey ho. So I can't find the results now, and I can't find the weigh sheets. I don't actually think I saw the weigh sheets. The last day weigh sheets are always a little bit funny, because obviously they like to do the results, so they don't tend to give it away by showing the weigh sheets, whereas every other day they've been really good getting the weight sheets up by sort of 6, half 6 in the evening. You've seen all the weigh sheets from the whole festival, so that's really good. So there's good and bads with doing it all online and everything. So but yeah, the other end of the lake, as I expected, completely dominated. There was 3 £60 weights. I think Steve Waters won the lake with about 64, £65. And there was 2 other very close weights behind him, and I saw their fish, and they were like twice the size of what we were catching up our end, and probably 3 times the size of what I was catching in my little corner. I spoke to a few people afterwards as well. My corner's definitely a bit of a nursery. If you sort of compare notes, everyone says, yeah, they do seem to be little fish in that corner. I think because there's that many reeds and everything, all the little fish, they sort of drift, they sort of hide wherever there's a lot of reed cover and in corners and that, so you often get a little nursery wherever there's a lot of these horrible Norfolk reeds, and they are horrible. I hate Norfolk reeds. They're just like all under the water. You can't see them. Fish can't, well, you can't pull your rig through them or anything. They should just chop them all out, or just really trim them back to the roots. But hey yo, it was a snaggy old peg. I got a lovely margin to my left. Couldn't get a rig in anywhere. It was all over the place. I was going to lose every fish I hooked down there. And yeah, it looked the best part of the peg, but I couldn't physically fish it. It just needs a bloody good rake and a bloody good chop, really, though, these overgrown Norfolk reedy margins. But and I'm sure in a few years it'll be a proper snag pit peg full of great big bruisers. So but I must say, Python's shaping into a really good lake now. I gather they've moved a load of fish from Canal Pool into there. There's a lot of older fish in there. There's all sorts of things. There's bream and carassio and all sorts. It'll be in a few years' time, that will be one of the best lakes once they've put on a bit of weight, and it'll be really interesting. But as it is at the moment, they're mostly small fish, but plenty of bites, and I've certainly had no shortage of bites, and an enjoyable day really to top off an iffy week. I've caught plenty of fish all week. I had one really bad match. I fished badly, and the lake fished really badly, to be honest, and I just got caught out in the last 45 minutes on Twin Oaks. But I had a fantastic day on Belingi. Never going to win Belingi. Never going to win or first or second in my section, because there was 290s, but I was third with 138. And I had a really nice day on Pollowing, catching £47 on the high bank off peg 18. But there was a £70 with Richie, or 2 or 3 pegs to my right, who fished an absolute blind. I thought I fished well, but he fished even better. So, but that summed up my week really. I felt, you know, it's hard to blame draws and things, but I don't think I had a lot of luck at White Acres on that festival. But I have looked at the results immediately after there was the Dynamite Baits Festival, which I didn't fish, but I'm keeping an eye on the results for that, and it was nice. I was quite pleased to see my peg 36 on Python. It never won a bean all week on the Dynamite Festival either. The fish were definitely down the other end, but the section that I was in was generally won by peg 2 or somewhere in the middle further to the right. So I was pleased in a selfish kind of way just to see that my peg hadn't produced a section win all week really. In 2 weeks I don't think it produced a section win, even though it looks brilliant, and if you on paper it looks fantastic. So I just think though those slightly smaller fish, maybe, I think if the wind flipped round and blew into that corner, it'd be game on. You'd have a really good weight. and you wouldn't have to go 14 meters up to those reeds to the left where I was catching, and I didn't want to go that far anyway, but that was the only hole I could find in the reeds. So disappointingly couldn't catch. I only caught 3 nice fish against the island and literally not another bite. Yes, I could have come away and into a little bit deeper water. I think that was a bit of a mistake, but really I only needed that one that snagged me down the edge. That's it. I needed that, and I might have won the section. So, but that's it. When luck's on your side, it's great. When it's not, it's a bit of a blow. But it's not all about the winning. I did enjoy the day's fishing, and it was lovely. Finally, we'd had really cold winds and everything. It was finally nice to finally fish in a t-shirt and catch a few fish. Sat in the sun, catching shallow, catching on meat, catching caster shallow, and things like that. It's just nice. Hopefully spring's now here and we can finally start to catch a few fish and feed and everything. I'm fed up with these cold mornings. We've had a frost every morning this week, but hopefully they're a bit behind us and it'll be mild weather from now on. And it's big match time now. Fishermanias, matches, qualifiers, UK champs. There's all sorts of things on the horizon for me now this year. So fingers crossed I can get a bit more luck than I've been having of late. And it'd be nice to get a brown envelope or two and hopefully get on the podium and hopefully get into one of these big finals. But anyway, hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you on another match.